Welcome back, and today we're talking about SK8 the Infinity. I am absolutely loving this anime. Every episode has been great. I love the characters, and this episode, I think we got some big stuff coming. We finally get to meet what I presume to be the villain of this anime, Adam. I can't wait to meet more about that character. He seems a little weird. I mean, he's definitely a little touchy. He did ask for permission. Gotta give him props for that. But the way he's acting, it's a little weird. Of course, we get to meet Shinen. He's a very good skater. I mean, he's destined, or at the very least, a hopeful candidate to be in the national team. So, he's still very young. He still can improve quite a lot, but he's very good at that young age, and it's awesome. Now, he wants to go against Langa, and we see throughout this whole episode that he's not really having a lot of fun skating. We see that when he's back at school, he has reporters all over the place taking pictures, and that to me doesn't seem like fun. So I can definitely kind of understand where Shinen is coming from, right? We see that his parents are also kind of cultivating him to become, somebody great in the skating world, right? We see that they're talking to the reporters. The parents are very proud of Shinen. You can just see whenever they were going through the pictures that they were very proud of Shinen. But the problem is that they don't understand how Shinen is feeling, right? Because of course it could be a communication problem, right? Like Shinen probably feels like he doesn't want to let his family down. He wants to live up to the expectations that everybody's telling him that he'll be, right? Like joining the national team and stuff like that. I mean, throughout the episode, we see Reki kind of say that, oh, it's Shinen. He's supposed to be in the national team. He's like a hopeful for the national team, right? We see that he is very well known in the skating community, and he probably doesn't want to let all those different expectations down. So he's kind of like in a lot of pressure, and I can kind of feel sorry for Shinen, because at the end of the day, I believe he's like a high school student, and you're supposed to be doing this for fun, and it just doesn't look like he's enjoying it, right? Especially when his friends were kind of like, they're trying to sabotage him because they're just salty and butthurt. I mean, they're not even friends at that point, right? Just because somebody is better than you, all of a sudden now you don't want to skate with them anymore because they're better than you. Now you don't want to be friends with them anymore because they're better than you. That's just wrong. And I'm glad that Shinen actually met somebody like Reki and Langa, because they're not going to be those type of friends. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I love Reki as a character, right? We were introduced to him on episode 1, and we see that he's good at skating. He's not bad, but he wasn't good enough to beat Shadow. And just looking at that, he still is having fun skating. And when he got introduced to Langa and Langa beat Shadow, he didn't get salty, he didn't get butthurt. Instead, he wants to help Langa get better. So he's not kind of getting salty and butthurt because Langa could potentially be better than him in the long run, right? So that's why I love Reki as a character, because he doesn't care if people are better than him. He only cares about skating and people having fun skating. That's why he's one of my favorite characters. Now, by the end of the episode, we see that he might actually get a chance to actually show off and do a race and win. And I hope he does get to do that. I hope he does get better, because even though I like Langa as a character, we were introduced to Reki first, and I really was hoping that Reki will be like the best, right? Like he will be like the underdog and eventually will become the best. That's what I was hoping for. It doesn't seem like that's what we're getting. It seems that the story is definitely focusing more on Langa and his introduction to the skating world now that he left the snowboarding behind. But that's fine, right? I do think Reki is going to get the spotlight here and there. But just seeing Reki be so happy working with Langa and fixing the board was awesome. I definitely enjoyed that about Reki. Now, the big moment in this episode, of course, was the whole Shinen versus Langa in the skating race. And, this one was, again, very well done. The animation, I mean, it's just phenomenal. Every single episode, you can see the movements, how fluid the skateboarding is. It's absolutely great. I mean, the animation, I don't think is ever going to disappoint in this anime. Honestly, I think it's only going to get better, because even though, the first episode, it was great, potentially that's where a lot of the budget for the anime went, because they're trying to impress a lot of people in episode 1, but later on towards the end of the season, I'm sure we are going to see some top tier animation, especially when we get to like the most important races, right? Like, for example, if we get to see either like Reki versus Adam, or Langa versus Adam, or something along those lines, where the race is going to be huge, I'm sure the animation is just going to be at the very top. So I'm excited for that. But the race between Langa and Shinen was awesome. Honestly, I thought Langa was going to lose, but we see that he gets his new skateboard. And honestly, I was kind of wondering, well, if you put those little wheels that kind of spin around like Reki was looking at it on those chairs, I was like, that ain't gonna work, bro. How is he gonna keep going straight and stuff like that? But hey, Reki is a genius when it comes to like building boards, and he's kind of like customizing Langa's boards. And I'm actually kind of curious if somebody out there knows about, you know, skateboards and stuff like that. Could you even call Langa's board a skateboard? Is that even a skateboard anymore? I feel like it's been modified too much that I don't even know. But again, I know nothing about skating. I never even touched a skateboard before, so I'm completely clueless about this. But I'm just curious because it seems like it's way too modified. And that's all right. I mean, as long as Langa can use it, and he used it in this episode, it was totally awesome. We had some really hype moments. I mean, honestly, again, I thought Langa was going to lose. But whenever Reki tells Langa to do like the rail trick, again, I don't know what it's called. I'm sure it has a name. And he was able to switch, you know, from because of the wheels, he was able to like switch to the other side of the you know, the railing. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, I was really hyped, and he ended up winning by like a millisecond. But hey, a win is still a win, and that's awesome. I mean, I loved it. It was a very hyped race, and we see that Chinen, you know, he notices that Langa and Reki could become the friends that he needs in order to, you know, be a better skater and have fun skating again. So I do feel like we are going to see more of Chinen. He might actually join like the little trio, like the team that Langa and Reki are kind of having together. He might actually train Reki and Langa, right? Because we know that since the end of the episode, Adam showed up and said that, you know, Chinen, he lost everything, like he's nobody anymore because he lost the race. I mean, absolutely wrong to say. And Reki was like, yo, you better apologize. I'll make you apologize with this, with the skateboard. So I'm guessing he's challenging Adam to a race. And I'm guessing that if they do end up racing, I don't think Reki is going to win. I do think Adam is going to take the win because it would be too early to have like a main antagonist take an L, right? So maybe that's going to be like the rest of the series, training to go against Adam for like a second time. And Chinen could actually step up to train Reki and Langa. I think that's where this anime is going to go. But overall, great episode, very hyped. Cannot wait for the next one. I'm sure we are going to get some really amazing rays. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite moment in this anime. And like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.